Yo, chime in. How we doing out there? Let's have this build. In today's build, we're going to go into the esoteric understanding of the Kabbalah, okay? The Kabbalah is esoteric Judaism, all right? We're going to go into the mystery system and mystical teachings of Judaism. And I consider this to be the esoteric teachings of Christianity as well, all right? Christianity is seen as the outbirth from Judaism, springing forth from Judaism. Both Judaism and Christianity deal with the Bible, all right? Talking about Old and New Testament. So I make the disclaimer to say I make the disclaimer to say Christianity and both Judaism is, the Kabbalah is both Judaism and Christianity, esoteric information. You also have Gnostic scriptures that's part of esoteric Christianity. All right, moving forward. I got 2 books that's in my library on the Kabbalah. All right. Might end up with another one on the future. Who knows, all right? The Kabbalah. This one is by Elizabeth Clare. All right, Prophet. I read the back of the book. Mystics are adventurers of the spirit. They dare to push beyond the boundaries of the orthodox tradition to pursue a common goal, the direct experience of God. And they reach that while you may seek him in temples or mosque or church, you must ultimately find him in your heart. Kabbalah, key to your inner power, explores the one secret Jewish mystical tradition known as the Kabbalah. With intriguing new perspectives, Elizabeth Clare Prophet shows how we can use the Kabbalah, extraordinary revelations about creation of the universe, our relationship to God, and our purpose in life to unlock our own spiritual growth. My goal is to bring to life the path of the Jewish mystics, to share with you the joys and ecstasies, their sacred visions, and their practical techniques for experiencing the sacred in everyday life. All right, it's a good read. She done her thing with it, right? So, that's one book I have on the Holy Kabbalah. Then you got the Holy Kabbalah by A.E. Waits. All right. Same subject matter, same teachings. Okay, different authors going through the teachings and the subject matter of the Kabbalah. All right, so like there's various authors out there, books dealing with the Kabbalah. I just gave you 2 good references, all right? If it's your first time dealing with it, I prefer this version. Coupled together, this version is like straightforward. It explains things outright, precise, simplistic manner. And this author, he known to be, have multiple books or whatnot and be a great author. Like I said, I like the simplicity in the way it was put and presented in Elizabeth Clare book, okay? So, dealing with this, you got the concept of creation in the universe, all right? Our religious text deals with creation story and existence, all right, thereof. So, with the esoteric, with the Kabbalah, it's a creation story. It covers the parts of God, the attributes of God. It deal with the perfect man, heavenly man is, as well as earthly man, okay? And in Kabbalah, that man is known as Adam Kadmon, all right? Yeah, that idea of the conception of Adam Kadmon when it comes to the Kabbalah, and it's the representation of the perfect heavenly man and the perfect earthly man, okay? So, Kabbalah in short is, I love it because it highlights the main misconceptions we deal with, all right? Which would be taking things literal, not getting a holistic understanding of the attributes of God, okay? It touches on good and evil, nothing being outside of the all of the oneness, okay? So it just bring things in perspective a little more than esoteric information when you're just dealing with the mundane topics of Christianity, Judaism, and Islam. All right. So delving into the higher science. It starts off with 10 Sephirots. It's about Sephirots meaning light. All right. 10 circles of light. 10 central center points of the parts of God. Is how I put it. And they all spring forth from what's called Ein Sof. Okay? Ein Sof is the representation of triple blackness. Right? And out of Ein Sof came forth and emanated the 10 Sephirot. Alright, which is the 10 circles you see overlaid over the human body. So the 10 Sephirot are parts of God, the elemental parts of God. Like I said, when you talk about the Kabbalah, it has been traced back to Egypt. All monotheistic religions, the three major religions can be traced back from having derived out of Egypt, all right? Ancient Egypt and the ancient Kemetic civilization gave religion to the world. The Kabbalah could be traced back and found in the temple of Kom-Ombo, all right? That's a temple in Egypt. And there on the walls you have the depiction of the Kabbalah. So, you have these emanations spring forth from Ein Sof, okay? And from 1 to 10, here go the Sephirot. You have the Sephirot Keter, which represent the first primordial light, and it represent thought, okay? So, it represent the first light. It represents eternal light and eternal thought, okay? After that, it flows into Chokmah or Hakmah, which is known as wisdom. From wisdom, it flows into Binah, which is known as understanding. From Binah, it flows into Hasad, which is love and mercy. From Hasad, it goes to Jifra, which is justice and judgment. From Jifra, it goes to Sephirot, which is compassion and beauty. From compassion and beauty, which is Sephirot, it goes to Netzrah, which is victory and dynamism, continuance, okay? From there you have Had, which represent majesty and splendor. Then you have Yesod, which represent foundation. Then you have Malkuth, which represent earth, all right? Now, I just gave y'all those off the top of my head. I'm going to show y'all this. All right, at the top, you see Keter, right? You see Hakmah, you see Binah, you see Hasad, you see Jifra, Sephirot, right? Beauty and compassion. I told you you see Netzrah over here. Sometimes spell how you see it, which means victory, right? You would have had Had, which represent splendor and majesty, and you would have had Yod, which represent foundation, and lastly Malkuth, which represent kingdom. Okay. Now, with that being depicted, everything springing forth and emanating from Ein Sof, you had you had the delineation of the light or the energy filtering down through Sephirot and also going back up the tree. The Kabbalah is known as the tree of life, symbolically put, and we have the tree of life in Christianity, okay? Esoterically, the tree of life is talking about the teachings and study of the Kabbalah, the tree of knowledge of good and evil, all right? See how earlier I mentioned that the Kabbalah and the esoteric teachings touch on good and evil, right? You know, in the forefront, with Christianity, Judaism, the Abrahamic religions, you're dealing with God and Satan. So this book don't separate the two. And these teachings of the esoteric understanding, it lets you know the higher science of the metaphor and the meaning behind what has been taken literal when they say God and the devil, all right? So, everything is springing from Ein Sof and emanating from one source of light and the flow of God going from Keter all the way down to Mount Kuf and from Mount Kuf back up to the Sephirot Keter, okay? What this doing is giving us essential teachings of how we can commune with God directly, and also the interplay of how God commune with us, okay? So we have the parts, which is the Sephirot, the attributes or components of God, and the understanding of the Kabbalah. I wasn't going to go too far in depth about it. I want y'all to just get a basic understanding, the overdrop of what it is, get some familiarity with it if you have none already. This is tons and tons of hours of research and study and different derivatives that we can get and draw from the Kabbalah, the conclusions. It's have universal truths and the universal teachings that resides within this book, as in all esoteric doctrines, okay? Having the understanding that it is all one thing. And that puts that together and not compartmentalize things and show you a holistic view of how the flow of the energy and light of God flow from Keter throughout the whole universe up and down to earth, okay? It explains the conception of the universe and man and the inner workings and the dynamics between the creator and the creation. So, make sure y'all get in tune, check out some of the works, grab y'all a book or two on the Kabbalah, see what it is, what it isn't, clear up some misconceptions. Till next time, I'll be back, drop some of that knowledge on the Kabbalah, also other esoteric information, and bringing everything full cipher. The next video on it, just know we'll go more in depth. We'll talk about the characteristics, the attributes of each Sephirot, elaborate on them more, and how each Sephirot has a correspondence in relationship to the body and planetary bodies also when you talk about the solar system and the universe. So like I said, it's just a topic that can get dwelled into for hours. So once again, y'all like and subscribe. Till next time, follow me on Instagram as brother_DEE21 and on Facebook as Brother D. Peace out.